Today I'm going to transform Minecraft mobs into some characters from the SHREK movie, and I'm also going to have a battle between them to decide who's the strongest. So let's move on to the first character I'm going to transform, which is going to be Puss in Boots, and it's obvious that the mob I'm going to have to transform into is going to be the cat, and the best place to find him is here in this village. You can already see that there's a villager there, so there's probably a cat here. I just need to find the house where he is. Let me look over here. Kitty, where are you? There's nothing here. Let me look on this other side of the village. There's nothing here either. But look, there's one down there, so I have to jump there. I'm going to get him. Great. I'm going to bring him to the transformation machine. Let me just open this door, put the cat in here and close it. And I got the 3D model of the cat. So I'm going to start by selecting all the parts of his body and deleting everything. I'll start by creating Puss in Boots with his leg. I'll create another cube on top to be the boot. And this cube here will be the tip of the foot. Now I'll select everything and duplicate it to the side. I'll create a cube on top to be the chest. Here in the back, I'll make a cube like this to be his cape, but I'll have to create another one here below and another one here below too. On top of the chest, I'll create this cube here to be his head, and this one in the front to be the snout. Make a small detail here below. Create this cube here to be his hat. Make the top, create the rest of the hat. And here make a small curve like this, and another one here above. To finish the hat, I'll create a square like this to be that feather on his hat. Now all that's left is to make his right arm, make a few more cubes to be the sword, and select this and duplicate it to the other side. The 3D model of Puss in Boots is ready. Now all that's left is to make the texture, and this will be very simple. I just need to paint him all orange. I'm going to paint his boots and hat black. I'm going to add some details with very light orange on his abdomen and hand. I'm also going to draw his face. I'm going to paint this entire square yellow and erase these parts until I form a feather. To finish, I'm just going to add some more shading details. And before the cat was like this, now it's like this. It really looks like Puss in Boots in Minecraft. Look, I did all the details on the hat. Here, it's identical to that character over there. I also made the sword. I tried to leave this iron effect here, and it turned out really cool. The detail on the boot here also turned out really cool. And if I spawn a cat here, Puss in Boots will actually be born. And he turned out really good. That turned out amazing. And if I put him in survival, he'll behave like a cat. If I hit him, he'll give me a bad luck effect. And now every time he'll run away from me. However, if I give him a fish, he'll be really happy. And he even procreates. I'm going to click on this other one. Click on both of them. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the baby? Make a baby. Let me spawn some more here. Then go ahead and make a baby. Oh, come on, guys. A baby is going to come out of here, and another Puss in Boots is born. The coolest thing about all this is that the creeper is really scared of Puss in Boots. Look, he runs away. I'm going to spawn several creepers. They're all going to run away. So you can get an idea. I'm going to stay here in survival mode, and the creeper won't be able to get near me because the cat is protecting me. But one thing I want to know, who's stronger, Puss in Boots or the creeper? Come on, let the battle begin. Go ahead, Puss in Boots, kill him. Oh no, the creeper blew up Puss in Boots and they both died. But I really liked how our character turned out. Even though the texture and model were very simple, my rating is 7 out of 10. And now, let's move on to the next character I'm going to transform, which will be Donkey. And of course, the mob that I'm going to transform into the donkey is the Minecraft donkey itself. However, I think it's going to be a little harder to find. There's a horse up ahead, so it's not a donkey. Look, right in front of me is another horse. Guys, I walked so much that I found a village that was destroyed by a meteor. All the villagers died, and one of them even turned into an angel. But look on the bright side, at least I found a couple of donkeys here. So I'm going to get this one. I'm going to take it to our transformation machine. And now, finally, I got his 3D model. So I'm going to erase all the body parts, so it's perfect. I'm going to start by creating the front legs. So I've already done the first one. Now I just need to duplicate it to the side. This cube here will be a piece of his body. Create another one on the side to be the rest. Now, make the back leg, make the other one. And this here will be his tail. Before making his head, I first need to create his neck, which will be like this. Now, make the jaw, create a cube on top to be the rest of the head. Make the 2 ears. This cube here will be the lower part of the mouth, and this one here will be the snout with the teeth. To make the texture, I'll start by painting everything gray. I'll paint the teeth white. I'll make the eye like this, along with the eyebrows. And now, I'll paint his snout with a lighter color like this. And with this same color, I'll paint the lower part of his body. To make the texture a little more detailed, I'll do some shading like this. And to finish, I'll give more detail to the hair on top of his head. And before, the donkey was like this. And now it's like this. Guys, this is really funny. Look at this donkey's face. He looks like he's laughing all the time, just like in the photo. But personally, I really liked him, mainly because he looks identical to this one. Of course, the color changes a little. This one is a little darker, but I think it looks pretty similar, especially his teeth. Comment below with your opinion what you think. I'm gonna spawn some of them here, and look how cool it is, guys. He walks too. Look at this animation of him walking. And can I ride him? Calm down. I'm gonna click on him, and here we go. And look, guys, I can ride on top of the donkey. The problem is that he has to like me. So go on, donkey. Like me? None of them like me. Let me give him some apple. Go on, eat it. Now, climb on top. Come on. He liked it. This donkey looks really cool, but I want to test it. Is he stronger than Puss in Boots? Last time, Puss in Boots lost to Creeper. So for that reason, I have to do the real test with the characters I created. So come on, let the battle begin. Let's see who will win. Wow, Puss in Boots won so fast, he only took 3 hits and won. The donkey couldn't even get close to him. Oh no, I need to do another test. Come on, what the hell? Puss in Boots is really fast. This time, he defeated the donkey in just 2 hits. Even though the donkey lost, I really liked how his 3D model turned out, and that's why I give it an 8.5. Comment your opinion below, because now we're going to move on to the next character I'm going to transform, which will be Fiona. And the mob that I'll have to capture to transform into her will be the witch. And to find the witch, I had to go to a swamp biome, and luckily, there's already a witch's house right in front of me. And if you look closely, she's inside. So I have to find a way to get close to her. And she's right here, so pick her up. Great, I did it. Now I just need to take her inside the transformation machine. Close it, and I got the 3D model of the witch. So I'm going to start by erasing her head, hat, nose, clothes, and arms. I'm going to start by creating Fiona's leg. Make the other one. Create a cube on top to be the hem of the dress. Make another cube on top that's a little smaller. This other cube will be her chest, and create another one like this. On the side, I'm going to create the right arm, and on the other side, the left arm. On top of the chest, I'm going to create a cube like this to be her head. I'm going to make a very small cube to be the nose. This cube here will be the crown. This one here will be the hair, and make her ears like this. To make the texture, it will be very simple. I will paint her skin light green. I will paint her dress dark green. And I will paint her hair this color. I will paint the crown yellow to imitate gold. I will erase these other parts. I will make her eyes like this, her mouth like this, and add eyebrows. After that, I spent a good deal of time adding more details to her dress. I also spent a good deal of time improving her hair. And I couldn't forget to do the shading on her skin. And this is how Fiona's Minecraft version turned out. It turned out really cool. I tried to make it as similar as possible to this one, and I think it turned out really cool. Look, I did the hair, and it turned out really well. I also made that crown that sits on top of her head. It turned out really similar. The only thing I didn't pay much attention to was this part here that is yellow, and I didn't do it, but the rest turned out really cool. It's very similar. Even her color, as you can see, is also very similar. And if I spawn several Fionas here, she will behave like a witch. So if I stay in survival, look, she will throw potion bottles at me. Just look at that. I slowed down, and now she has poison on me. However, if I spawn Iron Golem, they will all attack Fiona. But what I want to know is who is stronger, Fiona or Puss in Boots? So that's why I will spawn Fiona here and the cat next to her. Click on her and the cat, and that's it. The battle will begin. Who will win? The cat is attacking. Will he win? Go on. Go on. Don't give the witch any space. Attack the witch. What's happening? Now the witch threw poison, and the worst thing is that it hit her too. So she is also taking a lot of damage. But the cat is running away. Will the witch beat the cat? But the cat is attacking too. What's happening? Wow. Come on, cat. Win. Oh no. And the cat died, and Fiona won this battle. Although she proved to be very strong in the battles, I didn't like her model that much. So that's why I gave her a 6 out of 10. Tell me what you thought in the comments below, because now we're going to move on to the next character I'm going to transform, which will be the gingerbread man. And the mob that I'm going to transform into him will be the villager. And capturing him will be very simple because there are already 3 villagers here. So I just need to get here, grab him, and take him to my transformation machine. And now that I've got the 3D model of the villager, I just need to erase all the parts of his body because that's the only way I can create a gingerbread man. And without a shadow of a doubt, this will be the easiest model to create of all because I've already started making the leg. Now make the other one. Create a cube on top to be the chest. Now make an arm, make the other one. Create a small cube on top of the chest to be the neck. And on top of the neck, make the head. And this one here is his 3D model. And making the texture is even simpler because I just need to paint everything light brown. I'm going to paint his eye white red. I'm going to make his mouth like this. And on top of the eyes, I'm going to make the eyebrows. On his chest, I'm going to make 2 details like this. Now, make a detail on each of his arms. On his belly, I'm going to make a small detail like this. Now, all that's left is to do the legs. And to finish, I spent a lot of time adding shadows to the texture. And this is the final result of the gingerbread man. Guys, it looks very similar. I made all the details. The problem is that there are few pixels here. So that's why I can't make the details exactly the same. But anyway, this came out really cool. He really looks like a gingerbread man. The only thing I didn't do is this lollipop because it's not part of the character. It's only in this photo that he's holding this lollipop. And now, every time I get to this village, there will be several gingerbread men. Since I turned the villagers into this, I can even trade. And for those who are wondering if the gingerbread man is stronger than Fiona, I don't even need to say, right? Because I'm going to spawn a villager here and a witch next to him. I'm going to click on him and Fiona, and it's obvious that she's going to start attacking him. The gingerbread man isn't even getting close to Fiona, and she's throwing several potions. And look, he's dead, and Fiona has won another battle. Even though the 3D model of our gingerbread man is simple, I really liked it, and that's why I gave it an 8 out of 10. And now, let's move on to the last character I'm going to transform, which is obviously going to be SHREK. And the mob that that I'm going to transform into Shrek will be the Warden. However, to capture the Warden, I had to go to an ancient city. For him to appear, I need to make noise 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, for this block here, and it got dark for the first time. I'm going to make even more noise so that he appears. Let's go, one more time. Look, he's here. He was born. Okay. Wait, I have to go fast. I have to go fast. Come on, I have to go fast. Get him. There, I did it. I'm going to have to get out of here urgently. I'm going to put him inside the transformation machine, close it. Good, and that's it. I got the 3D model of the Warden. So I'm going to erase all the parts of his body. I'm going to start making Shrek with his leg. I'm going to create this cube underneath to be the boot. Make the rest of it. Now select everything and duplicate it to the side. I'm going to make a cube like this on top of the legs to be his belly. Create another one on top to be the rest of the torso. On the side, I'm going to make his right arm, and on the other side, his left arm. On top of his chest, I'm going to make his head, and I'm going to divide it into 2 parts. Now, I just need to make his nose, 1 ear, and make the other ear. And the 3D model is almost done. All that's left is to make the texture. And to make the texture for his body was very simple. Just had to paint his head green. I painted his chest and arms gray. At the tip of each arm, I'm going to paint green to be his hand. And I'm going to paint his legs a slightly lighter brown, and his boots a dark brown. I also made that vest he wears. I'm going to make his eyes like this, make his mouth and eyebrows. I added some shading details to his clothes to make our mob more beautiful. I added some details to his pants and also to his head. And that's how Shrek turned out here in Minecraft, guys. He looks very similar to this Shrek, but this one is very different because the lighting is a bit yellowish, while this one is very green. But anyway, I really liked how he turned out. To give you a comparison, I put him side by side with Fiona, and he's much bigger. It really turned out really cool. The part I liked the most was his outfit, which is very similar. I even made his little belly, these details here on his arm, this vest he also has, and even his pants, which are all plaid, before making a battle between him and Fiona. I have to give him a score, and that's why my score is 9 out of 10. So I'm going to spawn Fiona on one side, I'm going to spawn Shrek on the other. I'm going to give Fiona a strength potion. Click on Shrek and click on Fiona, and let's see who will win. Let's go. And Shrek won with just 1 hit. And Shrek is the strongest character in the character battle. And if you liked this video, take the opportunity to watch this video that is appearing here on the screen.